300K. Welcome to Montana Madness. For 300K. For 300K. 300K. Welcome to Montana Madness.
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends and welcome back to another episode of Montana Madness. The hunt for 300K continues. And yeah, boys, I ain't gonna lie, tonight was brutal. I'm recording this narration at 11:27 a.m. I usually have my videos posted to go live at noon. So that should tell you everything you need to know about how bad tonight was. And it's not anything to do with the Montana. Montana fantastic all night long. I think I may have had one bad game the entire night. Every other game was 120 plus thousand damage every single game. But we just didn't have any high damage games tonight, man. I just couldn't get any of those like golden games that just kind of that go out there. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just been a lot of really mediocre games. There's not much I can say about it. Like I've had a couple of, there was a game I started out, and I'm not joking. I started the game, and in 3 shots I had 158,000 damage. 3 shots. 158,000 damage. Ended the game, 220,000 damage. That's not this video, by the way. This is just, it's like, it literally, the first 3 shots, I get 158k, and in the rest of the game, I only managed to get 70k. That's crazy. But that's the way this game goes. It's like, if I get on a roll, and completely raffle stomp my side, then more often than not, the team just falls. Right? Like, the game's just over at that point. Now, if I don't get off to a great start, the problem is, my team gets blown out before I ever get a chance to get started. You really need the perfect game in order to break that 300k. And I know there are some people out there that break 300k a lot more regularly. I don't see them doing it all the time in the Montana. Montana is a great ship, don't get me wrong, but there is some issues with the Montana and ability to get 300k. It's not easy. If it was, it wouldn't really be a challenge, right? Everybody would be doing it. It's not the Louisiana. It's not a Conqueror. It's not a Yamato. Okay, those are the 3 major ships. Vermont's another one I've gotten 300k, I believe, already in. Maybe I haven't. I don't remember. I think I've gotten close. I don't remember if I've gotten a 300k in Vermont. I think I did. But anyway, I digress. We get a huge hit here on the Conqueror, and that's not going to be the last time we hit that man. Just remember that Conqueror. Watch him as he continues his course. But you can see I'm thinking about trying to reach out and touch him again, but we don't have the range. Normally I'd be able to reach out and touch him a little bit further away, but unfortunately, with this build, we don't have the maximum range. Now here we've got a destroyer shooting in the smoke screen. I believe this is the what is that? Torpedo-less destroyer. For some reason, Jutland, it's British. I can't think of what it's called. Doesn't have destroyer, or doesn't have torpedoes. It was absolutely garbaggio, so they buffed it. I can't think what it's called, though. Anyway, we'll see it in a minute. It'll get spotted. Of course, it'll get spotted as soon as I'm not able to shoot it. But I'm going to try to put myself out here on this flank. I believe we got a Schroeder here. Druid. There it is. I knew it was there somewhere. So I just couldn't think of it. But I was trying to help this side of the map. You guys know I try to win my side, right? But our cruiser decides that he wants to just throw himself right into the middle of everybody. And that's never a good idea in anything, let alone a cruiser. I don't care if you're in a good cruiser or a bad cruiser. It's a cruiser. You can't tank that much damage, even if it is a Schroeder. And a Schroeder is a good tanky cruiser, but you get enough people shooting at you, you're going to be not long for this world as we absolutely clap that freaking Conqueror again. And shout out to the Mino for dev striking the enemy Sumner. Or was that my team that just got yeeted? It might have been my team. I wasn't paying attention. But either way, Conqueror, low health, I want to get rid of him. I want you guys to pay attention to this cruiser, right? He's gotten his butt kicked up to this point. He's backed up. I'm going to be able to get rid of the Conqueror here. That gives us our first kill of the game. He's going to say thank you for helping me get rid of this guy. And how does he repay me for saving his life? He immediately tries to throw his health away again. But why? You don't have to always just die. You can survive a little longer. Maybe get a heal off or you know, something. But no, he's like, I got this. I'm in a Schroeder. I don't have torpedoes. I'm just a secondary. I'm just a secondary cruiser, and I'm just going to throw myself straight into a Yamato and a Kronstadt. Into a Crossfire, no less. So he just gets all of his health erased again. It's just like, what are you doing, bro? And we slap the Yama, too. That's the other thing. Like, completely slap the Yama. Kronstadt, we're going to try to push up here, but this guy's just... He's just said, screw it, I'm going to die, so I might as well throw all myself, you know, throw all my hit points away. I don't need to survive. Now, here's the Kronstadt. As he starts coming forward, I'm going to try to get a shot over the island here, see if I can't overmatch him and punch him pretty good. And we get a solid hit out of it. Nothing crazy, but a decent hit. And unfortunately, now we're in a situation where we are 1v2. Now, I'm in a much tankier ship than the Schroeder. Unfortunately, our Mino gets yeeted, so it was our Mino, I think, that got the dev strike. But he also, you know, one dev strike deserves another, a little bit of karma action. But this Kronstadt is actually going to continue to be a problem. Not only is he a Kronstadt player that doesn't just throw all of his health away, he also understands that he can switch ammo types. And he has very good armor piercing. Russian cruisers have very good armor piercing. So, as we get a shot here into the superstructure of the Yamato, you can see I'm trying to push up. I got to be careful of the crossfires. I know that this Kronstadt is here, and I got to respect it. That's the other thing. I can't just stay broadside. You can see that he does know that he can switch to AP. Now, unfortunately, this also throws me off. Thankfully, the Yamato was just real bad on that shot. But I have to respect the Kronstadt. If I stay broadside at this range, he will absolutely citadel the crap out of me. But I also have to try to show some sort of angle to the Yamato, because if he shoots me through the bow, he just yeets me for 30k damage a hit. Now, we do have a Frederick de Grosse here, and I want you guys to also pay attention to him. We get hit real hard here, but again, there's not much I can do about that. I have to try to get the edge. And you can see I did want to go for the Kronstadt initially, but you can't pass up this shot to get rid of the Yama, right? Like, this is guaranteed. But watch what I do. I know he's dead. Look at that shot. That grouping was disgusting. That was going to be 3 citadels every day of the week. But we managed to hold on to 3 more guns and then slap the Kronstadt. Now, explain to me how in the last 3 seconds this freaking Frederick de Grosse, when the Yama shot me, how did that Frederick de Grosse just lose all of his hit points? If anybody can understand that mystery, let me know. The only thing I can think of is that the Montana slapped that guy. That is the only thing that I can think of. It wasn't the Johann. Johann's too far away. But I have no idea how that man just lost all of his hit points. The Yama shot me. The Kronstadt shot me. So how does he lose all of his hit points? But we get a huge hit over the top of the island, and that is massive because that's going to also allow our Yama that's over in the middle of the map to finish off that Montana straight through the bow. That Montana was feeling real cocky going in on that Yama. He's like, I can survive a hit from this Yama, and then I'm going to kill him. No, sunshine, you're dead. Speaking of dead, so is the Yama. Unfortunately, Z52 rocks in behind our Yama and finishes him off. Now, Z52 being in the cap, I got to give shout-out where shout-outs are due. Destroyer is actually going to go hunt him. Now, that's a bold strategy for a destroyer that's not all that great. Velos is not what I would consider a great destroyer. It's one of the most mediocre destroyers you'll ever run into. It just is. Now, Druid is, one, again, it doesn't have torps. We don't have to worry about the Druid torping anything, right? So we're going to try to get a shot here into the Druid as he's kind of being a little complacent, shooting at our battleship. And we are going to hit him pretty hard. And we use the Arthas button as well to get a little bit of extra damage on top of that. 20% more damage is 20% more damage. Doesn't matter if it's on a destroyer or anything else. And again, shout out where it's due. Our destroyer manages to kill the Z-52, which is incredible. But unfortunately, it doesn't really matter because he also manages to get himself killed in the process. Druid was spotted momentarily. I take the shot, trying to finish him off, and unfortunately, it's a swing and a miss, Sunshine. Come back again some other day. Unfortunate. But we had 3 of the 4 caps. The last remaining enemy destroyer is a AP-only destroyer. It doesn't have torpedoes or nothing. So we don't have to worry about him, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to put ourselves in a position to try to counter the enemy Howden. And we're going to do so by driving through the cap. I know, crazy concept. But by doing so, we're going to be able to cap the last base and hopefully stay close enough to our friend over here in the Frederick de Grossa that we can provide a little bit of AA support. And you can see we do get a little bit of AA out there for him. But unfortunately with those bombs, it's really not a whole lot we can do about it. Now, Druid does get spotted here. We go ahead and take that shot, and he takes a couple of hits, but we're going to be able to finish him off as well. And that just leaves the Howden, or whatever it's called, the Dutch cruiser that's running away and has been running away for the entirety of this match. But we're at 180,000 damage. We've done our job. We've held our side. We've won our side. Despite my team's best efforts to throw that flank, for no reason. There was no reason to rush. Like, I understand you're a secondary cruiser, but there's no reason to rush in on that situation. Just bide your time. You're going to get those secondaries to get some work done. But wait till somebody's there to help you. You know what I mean? But either way, Howden does get himself spotted. We're going to go ahead and take a shot at him as he angles away here. We're going to go ahead and hit the Arthas button because it looks pretty tight. And it is, as we get a nice solid rip out of it and brings us up to 192,000 damage. Now, we did shoot down some of the planes, and unfortunately, our Frederick de Grossa managed to get a little bit further away from us, so I'm not going to be able to help him with AA, and the Howden's going to go for him the rest of the time here. Every time he gets his planes back, he's going for him. And unfortunately, because these things have the freaking concealment of a goddamn destroyer, like, it's kind of hard to spot these things, right? So, here's my thought process of what I'm doing here. So if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you've got a really sneaky person, you can't go in the same spot as everybody else, right? They'll just outrun you and keep you detected, keep you in a problem. Here, I go straight ahead to cut off his avenue of getting away my way, right? He can't turn towards me because I'm going to spot him. He will be spotted. And once I'm at a sufficient range that I know that he can't sneak past me anymore, then I'll start cutting over towards the right. And the Frederick de Grossa is actually in a great spot to just push straight ahead there and keep the little turd waffle spotted if he goes straight ahead, right? It's going to be hard for that guy to cover that much ground to stay unspotted forever when he's pinned up against the border. Now, fortunately, Frederick didn't take a huge hit from that bomb drop, but the enemy is going to start shooting his guns. And that's ultimately going to be his undoing because, again, I can't shoot what I can't see. As soon as you're visible, Frederick de Grossa slaps you, and so am I. Like, that border ain't going to save you forever, buddy. It's an enemy to you as well, as we, of course, leave him in true Spartan fashion with just enough to get away. Every time. Every time. But, either way, guys, less than 5k health. We've got 202,000 damage in the bank. And are we going to get a load? Come on. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. Nope. Frederick de Grossa gets his kill, but he also gets killed. So, nice little trade there at the end for the Frederick. But I thought this was our best game of the night in terms of just interesting. Again, I had a 220k game, but it was like 3 shots that were fun, and then the rest of the match was boring as crap, whereas this one was a little bit more action the entire time. So if you guys are enjoying the Montana Madness, I know there are going to be days where it's a little bit slow like today, but we're still on the grind, y'all. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.